Okay. Yeah, I've started the live stream, so you can probably everybody hears you now, and it should be working.
Okay. The first question.
I can also on the live stream itself, I can also put the question up, so you can.
I opened it. X. Okay.
Right. This is the question. Thank you for watching. Als de audio goed is en alles goed werkt, laat het weten in de chat. Dan weten we ook dat het goed gaat.
I muted myself.
Right. Yeah, I mean, we can watch it back, so you can probably just explain this question, and if someone has a question, they'll put it in the chat.
Okay, this question is not chain rule, it is product regel. Why? Because this is the original function as is this one, and this one. So what is the formula that I need to apply here is product regel. See, because there is a dot in between. So what is the derivative of the, if two functions are being multiplied by each other? It is fg is equal to f prime g plus g prime f. So for this one, the derivative of e to the power of x is itself times the other function plus the derivative of the second function times by the first one, so it is 2x ln 2 times e to the power of x, plus the same thing goes for this one. Derivative of ln x is equal to 1 over x, and for log x, it's equal to 1 over x ln the grondtal. And if it is not written here, it is 10. So this is like this. Then I have the derivative of first one, 1 times x times log x, plus the derivative of the second one, which is this one, 1 over x ln 10 times the first one, ln x. So that's the final answer for this question. Do you have any questions?
I will zoom in on the question, on the answer, and also on the question. The question is also down on the...
I saw it. Okay. I see no questions.
I see also no questions in the chat.
Okay, now I go to the second question.
All right, I'll also go to the second question in the stream. I can quickly ask in general on...
I think that would be a good idea.
Hey guys, zitten jullie in de wiskunde chat? Guys? Joinen jullie wiskunde of niet?
Ja, ik volg wel wiskunde.
Ja, wij zitten nu die livestream te doen, maar niemand stelt vragen in de chat of zo, dus...
Waar is de livestream dan?
De livestream is op announcement als je meekijkt.
Oké, ik ga even...
Praat maar via... Guys, de livestream is gestart, dus als jullie vragen hebben, join de chat en stel de vragen.
Ja. Oké.
Alright, cool. Alright, yeah, more people are joining, so...
Yeah, I saw it. So shall I wipe it or wait a few seconds?
Yeah, we'll see the stable context. Yeah, I mean, we can do the next question. They can also play it back, so
Okay then.
if the whole idea of this thing is that people are actually interacting in the chat, but
Exactly.
if nobody
It's like I'm
is
talking to my
interacting,
it's like I'm talking to
it's
myself.
difficult.
Did I put the black one? Oh yeah.
I accidentally skipped to the table of context again. Or no?
But no, I see the question now.
Yes, okay.
Question number 2.
I see table of context.
What happened?
Yeah, that's fine. It's just the live stream is a bit being laggy. That's good.
Okay. This one is definitely a chain rule because it is not just a wordle of x. I have something more than x. There's a function inside the wordle. So there's 2 ways you can do it. It's like separate them and say, first I do the derivative for the wordle of afgeleide van de wortel and say whatever is inside, I substitute it with a letter and say it's u. So this is the u here, and what is my u? It's equal to x cubed minus 2. And now I do the derivative for each. So if it is the function, and I need to do the derivative, it is u to the power of 1 divided by 5, right? Because there's a 1 here. And according to this rule, x to the power of n derivative is equal to n x n minus 1. So here it is equal to 1/5 u 1/5 minus 1, which is equal to 1/5 u minus 4 divided by 5. And since the exponent is negative, I need to bring it down to the denominator. So it is 1/5 u 4 divided by 5. And if I have a fraction in the power, it means that it's a wordle again. 5 u 4 5. For this part, it's almost the end. And this part, when I want to do the derivative, is again the same rule here. So I have 3x 3 minus 1, which is 2. And for the number, since it's not next to a function, it is 0. Minus 0, so it is 3x squared. And now I have to multiply them. So I have u prime du, which is equal to derivative of this one, which we had calculated already. And then now I replace u. So I have 5 wordle 5th root of x cubed minus 2, 4 multiplied by this x squared, which is equal to 3x squared divided by 5 x cubed minus 2, 4. Okay, that's the end. This is the derivative of that function. Okay, let's see if you have any questions.
We have one question already. That's
Yes.
but that's for another exercise. It's for the kansopgave with the 3 different thinkers. I have no idea how to say that in Dutch. Let me quickly see if I can.
But that's kansopgave.
Yes, is that from knickers? Which one is that on? Where can I find that exercise actually?
Hold on. Which exercise?
I mean, where can I find that question?
Here. I found it.
Where is it?
This one?
Hoppa, de functie van getal, een soort getal b. I don't know. That's Damien. Waar kan ik die vraag vinden? Ik heb de hele, I have all the pages that you sent me, the example questions. I have them all here, so I can show them on stream. But yeah, we need to find a question that Damien asked. toothpick, here's Mississippi, 3 different digits. And we have again one more question.
Which
Damien,
is?
if you answer the questions, like if you answer where you can find it, then I can show you it.
Which one? Hold on.
We have again one more question.
This is this one, isn't it?
I'm sure.
This one.
That's a function. I mean, bepaalde traaklijn. I don't think so. It's not
No?
the question that Damien asked. But I think Thunderbird, he asked, how can I start, how can I find the start
Getal van
number?
een raaklijn
Like
vinden.
line, met
Okay,
de
that one is
LNX.
this one, I think.
Okay. En het
But the
punt
other
X
one
met
for-
coördinaat 8. Maybe we can do this one and then
Okay.
if Damien answers where I can find us with another question, then we can do that one.
Okay. So in this case, the function is f of x is equal to x ln x, right? So the derivative of x is equal to, because I have product regel again here. So derivative of the first one, which is 1 multiplied by second function, which is ln x, plus the derivative of second one, which is 1 over x, times the second function, which is x. So I have ln x at the end, plus this one cancels this one, plus 1. So this is the derivative. And when the derivative is 0, then I can have a maximum or minimum. So ln x plus 1 they have given you a point already, so that's easier. So f of 8. 8, it's pretty simple. You just put instead of x, so you have 8 times ln 8. And if you have f prime of 8, which is this one for the x, so it is ln 8 plus 1. It's pretty easy, I think. When you want to write the tangent line, right line, it is f of x. Remember that one? Bx plus, no, f x a. So for this one, I have f of everything here. I have that one. I have the in, and then I need to just put everything here, and then you have the answer actually. That's it. This is the tangent line that you need. Do you remember how we used to write a line? Equation for a line?
Ax plus b. Yeah, that's what Thunderbird just said in chat. So ax plus b is the how you write a line.
Yeah. So that's it. But does it want you to write it in general or like specifically at point 8?
I think specifically at point in coördinaat x, in coördinaat 8, I mean. Thunderbird asked, but how do you find b?
This is your b.
B is 8? Or
No, this is f prime at
prime
8.
Okay.
It is equal to b. At point, it should be, I think, if I'm not mistaken, x minus 8, that the point that you want. And y is f of x that you don't have it here. Sorry. Yeah.
DWO says it's wrong.
Which one? Because I know this particular question makes it more complicated than what it should be actually because of the Davio. I need to find that one. I know previous year I worked on that question and I know it is like first you have to find the derivative and then you have to find a specific point like for this one and then subtract it from y and then from x and then multiply them by each other. So I need to find that one because I know in this question actually it's pretty easy like this, but in Davio I don't know why it is more complicated. I need to find that one for you and then I'll post it on the channel tonight. Okay?
Right.
It's a Davio thing again.
So it's a typical Davio.
Exactly. I need to figure it out, but I remember even it was last year in this same exact classroom that I was working on it. So I'll find it for you.
Thunderbird says it's -8.
Which one?
So he says B is B -8 or?
What?
Oh, Davio says it's -8.
What? But x is 8.
In the function ix plus b.
Okay, let's change it. Yes, that one is easy. Okay, we already knew that.
Okay.
But
Yeah, it makes sense.
ix plus b and the b is, okay, this is -8. That's easy because you are having the change in x. And x is 8, so it was given here. But a is,
No, it's b is -8.
no, that one easy because if you remember, if you wanted to change the x, you would say x minus whatever the change you are making. So in case it's here, -8.
Oh yeah, so x -8.
Yeah, exactly. That one is easy. But a, it should be the tangent line at that point.
Yeah, they were asking, I think, so then a is -8. That's what people say in chat. But a is the tangent line.
A, exactly.
A is this. I will zoom in on this is A. And B is -8.
But I know something fishy is going in this question. I need to remember that one. There was something fishy about it. Again, it's Davio thing. It's make it more complicated than it is actually. Otherwise, why would you calculate f prime of 8?
Yeah.
There's no point in it.
All right. Are there any more questions? So the whole function is I is ln 8 plus 1x minus 8.
It should be like this, yes.
Yes.
But I don't know if the view accepted. I'll find it out for you. Just give me a few seconds and then come back to it.
All right. So Renata is asking, to find b, you have to substitute x and y with the already given coordinates, right?
Yes. I'll come back to this question because I remember this one. I don't know why, but it's made more complicated than it is.
Yes, and that in the Wiskunde chat you could also ask questions here, and then we'll.
Oh yeah. Okay.
How do you find the extreme value in the function ln x?
The second derivative should be equal to 0. Like for this function, this is the derivative, okay? And if you do it, the second derivative of the, which means the derivative of the derivative function, afgeleide van afgeleide. So this one again, then I have f prime prime or f double prime, which is equal to derivative of this one. What is the derivative of ln x? 1 over x, and the 1 is 0. So the derivative 1 over x. And if f prime is equal to 0, then you have an extreme. But for this one, it's impossible. The x cannot be 0. Or any value cannot make it 0 because it's already here. And this, yeah, exactly. This is the only one can make it 0. And there's no extreme point in this function at least. But if you have a question specifically asking for extreme point, I can solve that one.
All right.
But for this one, there's no extreme point, for example. Do you have a question, specific question asking for extreme point? Maybe you can solve that one.
Find the extreme.
So I wiped this one for now, and then maybe we can come back to it.
Yeah, that's good.
Cool?
Yeah.
Okay. Do they have a question, like for extreme?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Oh,
the live stream is always 2 tiny bits going behind. So if you ask a question, always
Okay.
20 seconds.
then, okay, let's say the f of x is equal to x cubed minus 2x plus 2. And the function, the question is asking for you for the extreme point. Then f prime of x is equal to 3x minus 2, and there's 2 here, right? Okay, then f double prime of x is equal to 6x, and this one is 0. So this one at...
Quick question. Thunderbird asked, so there is no extreme value for ln x.
No.
No. Okay.
For that particular question. Now, if you do the double derivative and then the double derivative of the, this is, let's say, this is the function, whatever you have. F prime is equal to ln x. And then the double f prime x is 1 over x. This one can never be 0. So there is no extreme point here.
Yeah.
Because it's 1.
Yeah, because the extreme point
Exactly.
can be-
But here, look, it's pretty easy. If x is equal to 0, look, here, I have an extreme point. As x is equal to 0, and then I have to put x here. So f of x is equal to 0 cubed minus 2 times 0 plus 2. This part is already 0, is equal to 2. So at the point 0 and 2, I have an extreme point. Good?
So Thunderbird said it's ln x, so not ln x.
No, I know. It was an example.
Okay.
It is not that question.
Yeah. So
For this one,
so he said like x ln
I know.
Okay.
But no, here I just gave an example that if you had a function that its derivative was ln x, and then the derivative of that one was, which is ln x is 1 over x, this one cannot be 0, so you don't have an extreme point for that function, whatever that hypothetical function was.
Yes.
Good? But this one, for example, if you see, I can do the first derivative and then the second one. And then if I solve it for equal to 0, then I can find a value for x and a value for y. Putting that x in the original function, finding the y, so that 0 and 2, that function, this particular function, has an extreme
Okay.
point. Good?
So, yeah, I think he can use this, like your explanation, to get
For, exactly, for the other questions. It should be working.
But how do I know the extreme value of x ln x? Vragen ze daarnaar op DLO? Want volgens mij is dat onmogelijk.
It was the function. Is it okay if I wipe this one? Maybe I can use the other part. So it was, the function was...
They're actually asking on DDO the extreme value of x ln x.
This one?
Yes.
Okay, so hold on. And then f prime was ln x plus 1, right?
See?
It was the first derivative multiplied by second one plus this should be the one.
Let me quickly see. I'll log in on DDO and then I can...
Because I don't have the W that you have. Mine is a teacher account, so I don't see your question.
Okay.
And I believe each of you gets a different number, different value.
So I asked him to send it on Discord, screenshot.
So f prime is equal to, for this one, is 1 over x plus 0 or 1 over x. And it cannot be 0, ever. Zero. So no extreme point.
Yeah, so basically you have no extreme point for neither of those questions.
Exactly. I don't know what else. There's no way you can do it. That's the only way.
He just sent the question. Gegeven is de functie fx.
Can I do one more thing coming to this one? So it was y is equal to bx minus 8. This is what we had. And then is 1, it is 0.
So the question is like this. If you go on Discord and the Wiskunde chat, you can see it on there. Yeah, they're actually asking the extreme value of that particular question. Could it be a bug in the email or?
Look, there are lots of mistakes actually in WO questions. Mm-hmm. So it can be exactly. It can be one of them again. There are lots of mistakes. So, but for sure, look. Even you can yourself say, when you want a fraction to be equal to 0, what would you do? You have a fraction. It's a, it's b, let's say, and this is a. It's equal to 0. Which one should be 0, a or b?
A.
A, obviously, right?
Yeah.
So,
in this case,
but in this case, it's 1. 1 can never be 0. So how am I supposed to have an extreme value here?
Yeah, because the extreme value is the top point where x is 0. So you can actually never. Okay. I'm gonna ask him what if.
Because if it is for the maximum and minimum, f prime should be 0. But if it is for extreme value, the turning point, then it is double f prime. And this one, if it is equal to 0, then ln x should be minus 1. And what is ln x? Again, 1, e here. This one cancels this one. Then x is equal to e to the power minus 1. And then you have to calculate for y for this one. If you put x, this value, I write it here. So you have minus e to the power minus 1 times ln e to the power minus 1. This one is minus 1. This is y. It is minus, because this one cancels this one, so I have a minus 1 coming out of this one. 1 is equal to y. And at this point, where was it? E to the power minus 1 and minus e to the minus 1. I have a maximum or minimum. It should be the final point. But for this one, not this one, turning point, it cannot be. But for this one, for maximum and minimum, you can solve it like this.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. All right.
Is it the maximum in the question? Is it asking them for the maximum point, minimum point?
So first they ask the afgeleide functie.
Yeah.
Then they ask the raaklijn aan fx. What is thou? How does it? And then they ask the extreme value. I'll take a quick toilet break.
Sure.
And yeah, it's on, so you can talk.
Just a 5-minute break so I can figure out that question. Is that okay, everyone? Just 5 minutes so I can find out that question, what it wanted.
Yeah. Okay, I'll keep it running. You're right. Now it's on. See? Test, test.
Test.
Should be working. Okay.
So for the maximum and minimum, have you checked this coordination? Does it work? Is it correct? This one should be for x, and this one should be for y of the extreme point. Does it work? It should.
Points.
And this one, this is how we calculate for b. And that's correct, actually. For a, it should be the derivative at 8. So, which is f prime of 8 is equal to ln 8 plus 1. And it should be equal to our a. So we have a and b, and then it should be y is equal to ln 8 plus 1 x minus 8. It should be the tangent line. Simply, like this.
It would be nice if we had like a portal, like a website, where everybody could just send in a question. Just instead of Discord or something, then where you could live interact with it. More live.
Okay. Now, have you tried the values that we have here? Does it work? Is it correct? This ones.
Yes, the answer is correct. That's what
Yay! Finally! Okay, which one? Hold on. Tot de mag min 1?
So they're asking why are you using minus 1, 8 to the math with the y? The y and x are both minus 1. And they're
This-
asking why.
This is the solution. Is that okay if I wipe this part? Maybe I can write it a little bit bigger so you can see it.
I can zoom in. Yeah, I zoomed it in on.
This part, this is how I calculated. F prime of x should be equal to 0, so ln x is equal to minus 1 because I took 1 to the other side. So I have ln x is equal to minus 1. Do you remember how we would solve it for logarithm? This question, we would put the base frontal underneath the log because ln is log with the frontal of e. So if I put e on both sides, then I have minus e to the power of minus 1 and x is equal to this one. So that's how I came up with x. Is it clear? And then since my x is here, I put this x in here and then I have the y calculating like this because this one is itself, it doesn't change, but this one is equal to ln e minus 1 is equal to log frontal a min 1. And this one is equal to what? Minus 1, right? Because this one comes out. If the base and the frontal are the same, so the power comes out, and this is how I have a minus 1 here, and this one is this. This one became, okay, maybe I can use a different marker. This one becomes minus 1, so it came the minus here, and this one is this one. Is it clear now?
I think it should be. For me, it looks the dates, and he posted the board. So the final answers were a to the power of minus 1. Yes, that's correct. That was the extreme value, actually, that needed it.
Bless you.
Thank you. We
Okay.
can do
So,
questions.
okay. Cool. Is it clear now, this one? How we calculated A and B and then put them here, right? That one is okay now.
Yes. Gijs said that he understands it, and Thunderbird
So we can do the
already
extra
posted the answers. So
If you don't have any, if you don't have any other questions, I'll get back to those questions because you already have the answers, except for the derivative question. You have answer to all those questions. If you take a look at the table of content, you can see it. Good. Kunnen we vragen met de Sure. Which vragen? Welke vragen? My vragen?
what questions?
If you want, we can do one thing more. Let's calculate the derivative for... Yeah, I saw it. So let's try the derivative for those questions that I sent you in the handout last night, and then let's calculate the maximum and minimum value for them to see how it works.
Okay.
Good?
That makes sense.
Okay.
So I'll bring back the questions in the stream, so you can see them, and we were stopped at number 3, actually.
Okay.
I think. Yes. All right.
So you are not posting question number 3, right? It's not here.
It's now on the screen. It should be.
Yes, I saw it, I think. No, number 3. Yeah, it came finally. Is that okay if I wipe it?
Yes. They can also watch it back. So
Oh,
at least
okay.
I will watch it back because I'm now
Yes.
paying more attention to this than the
Yeah. Okay, so that would be a little bit difficult to calculate the maximum minimum, but okay, let's do it. Sine x cubed, just to have some fun. 4x minus 3 times cosine. For the schema breadboard, what does that mean?
let's see. Where?
Discourse.
Oh, I think that's programming microcontrollers. Yeah, that's programming microcontrollers. Naomi is asking questions there, but it's not math.
Okay, so here, for first I have to do the first chain rule here, and then the second chain rule, and then I have the third, which is product regel. So here I have 3 different steps to follow. First, the chain rule for this one, chain rule for this one, and third, product regel, which is f times g prime is equal f prime g plus g prime f. So if you remember, I said that's easier if you do the derivative of sine or cosine, which for sine is cosine, the original function inside the parentheses without changing it, 4x minus 3, multiplied by the derivative of the function that is inside, which in our case is 3x squared plus 4, right? Okay, this is the first one. The second one is, again, for cosine it is minus sine of the original function without changing it, multiplied by the derivative of the function that is inside, 2x plus e of x. So far, so good? Do you have any questions? I don't see any. Okay, now the third step. Derivative of the first one multiply by the original function g. So I have cosine x cubed plus 4x minus 3 multiplied by 3x squared plus 4 multiplied by cosine x squared plus ex. And then there's a plus, but because of the sign that has a minus, I'm putting it here. Minus sine x squared plus e of x multiplied by 2x plus e of x multiplied by the original function sine x cubed plus 4x minus 3. This is the derivative. Final derivative of that function is this. Do you have any questions?
So it's this whole thing.
Yes. Okay. If you can zoom on it.
Yeah, I'll zoom out actually.
Exactly, this time you have to zoom out.
All right.
Good. Do you have any question? Is it clear? Dadalik?
Yeah, I think so. I mean.
Good? Okay. So let's say, okay, it's a big question, I know, and it's difficult, but just let's say you have a sine or cosine function, and you want to calculate for the maximum and minimum points here. Again, for this derivative, can cosine be 0? Where can be the cosine 0?
They asked me to zoom in on the right side. I'll quickly do actually a sweep of this function. A few seconds on this one, and then there's a minus, and then you go to this one.
Okay, this minus
That's
is
the whole.
yes,
this
it's
whole thing is the.
yes, the derivative of this function.
Cool. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, when cosine is at which angle the cosine is 0? Cosine alpha is equal to 0. What is alpha? What can alpha be?
Cosine. Cosine is.
This was the unit circle.
Yes.
Where do you have x is equal to 0? Where x was 0?
The x is 0 on the x line. So yeah.
Y line, right?
When y is 0.
No, when x is 0, cosine. Cosine is 0 when x is 0. Where is x 0? Here, right? Yeah. Which angle was it?
That's 90, right?
Where sine is 0? Or 3 pi half, and so. Where sine is 0? Okay, let's do it better this time. At here, when y is 0, right? So it is 0, beta is equal to 0, or 180, or pi, and so forth. Yes. So keep in mind, if in the exam question you need to calculate the maximum or minimum point, the extreme points, for one of these functions that has a sine or cosine, this is how you need to do it. Where your angle is 0. For cosine it is like this, for sine it is like this. Just keep in mind, okay? For this one it's too complicated, too long, so I'm not going to do it. This is going to be a torture for you, but this is something that you need to know already. It is important.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense if you.
So anyway, yeah, exactly. Cosine is 0 where the x is 0. This is like this one. I don't have any x on this line, right? And sine is 0 when I don't have any y. So it's here.
Oh, there's one more question.
Sure.
So we have a question about statistics. Like the gekleurde ballen.
What is the hold on, 3 pi 2? This one?
Yes.
It's 270 degrees. This one, it's here. 90 degree after the 880, 180. It's 270, and then 0 and is equal to 90 degrees. This is like this.
Makes sense?
You see here, again, I don't have any x here, so it is equal to 0.
You said, okay.
Okay.
So we have the next question, and the next question is, you have 4 blue balls and 2 red balls.
What is the, I don't see the question.
It's in Discord.
Oh,
In the Discord chat.
okay, let me find it.
The last one that was sent. So,
Yay, that one worked. Yes, okay, no, hold on. Going back to that one. This is 15. Because it is 6 factorial divided by 2 factorial times 6 minus 2 factorial. So it is 6 factorial divided by 2 times this one 4 factorial. Is it okay if I delete white this way? Okay. So this one is equal to 6 times 5 times 4 factorial divided by 2 times 4 factorial. This one cancels this one, so I have 30 divided by 2. And it's equal to 15. Yep. But why? Do you know why? Why you should do this? Where you should do this?
actually, I don't think it was ever really. I think it would be nice if you just explain the basics of the factorial of this, like why.
This one for the calculation, or
Just how can you approach this question? So if you get this question, how do you approach it? Like,
hold on. Okay, so first example, like the easiest one is that when you throw the die, like how many numbers do you have on it? 6, right? And they are not related to or dependent on each other. It can be 1, it can be 2 or 3, whatever it is. So the chance that one of those numbers is going to come is 1/6.
Yes.
Pretty simple, right? Or when you just throw a coin, it's either head or toe. Or one question, is it dependent or not? A woman is pregnant. The first pregnancy is a girl, second one is a boy. Third, what is the chance that it can be a girl or boy?
50-50.
50-50 again. But it's a tricky question. Actually, for many students, they try to just multiply the probabilities. Because it's like a girl, a boy, and then what is happening for the third one? But it's independent. It has nothing to do with the previous children.
Yeah.
It's chromosomes, of course.
So it's
So, exactly. So what you need to decide for yourself is that what you have, those kind of information that is given to you, is telling you that they are dependent or independent. Good? So far so good? Okay. Hold on.
And the next example, so you have 1 green ball.
Hold on. Then it is another. So no, okay, don't explain it and go back to the question directly. Can you explain the rules? Okay, she wants to know the rules, but there's a question here.
No, so like the rules of just the rules of.
Yeah, exactly. So let's just go through the rules first, and then we can maybe solve questions. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, I gave you 10 questions about probability. Yeah, exactly. So you can work on them, and then you have the answer. So you can check your answer, and it's like elaborated kind of answer, exactly. So you can understand how it works. Okay. If you can just please, can you please just have your handout about probability at hand, so I can show them and refer them when I say thank you.
And the handout was sent by the mail.
No, I didn't.
No? Oh, the handout that you gave us.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
But how can be? And how does it go with the statistics?
What do you mean?
Are you following the statistics, or is it?
I haven't even started with statistics yet, but today is my math day. Like,
Okay.
Statistics is, we currently have, next week, we have to finish Wolf WoW, program microcontrollers, and we have an exam for mathematics.
I know.
So they put everything in 1 week, so it's stressful.
So shall I use my screen?
What's, that's your
Like
hand,
this
right?
one, yes. So,
Can you send that to me, and then I can
yes.
display it on the screen?
Sure, hold on. Via chat, I can send it via
Yeah,
chat.
you can send via chat. That's fine.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Oh God, it's already 1.
Yes,
Shoot.
almost 15 minutes.
Yeah, okay. At least we can talk about the rules. Send, okay.
It's a PDF, right?
A Word document.
Okay. That's
Hopefully it works again.
Can you quickly confirm it transfer to PDF? That will be so much easier.
Which one?
So where's that document?
Here.
I'll quickly do it like this.
Save it
go
as
file. Save as PDF. Then
Okay.
I can quickly probability. I'll do it quickly in the desktop.
Yes, please. Export here.
It's probably it's here. Use the MacBooks.
Too many
Where?
things.
I think it's here. I think you put it accidentally in this.
Oh, no,
folder.
this one. Here,
It's here.
look. It's here.
But that's the docs. That's
Oops.
docs. We need a PDF. I think it's in this folder somewhere.
PDF.
It's
This
also
one.
put- Yes. If you can just put it in Discord.
Discord?
Yeah, you can probably drag and drop.
Huh.
Then
Don't have the
everyone-
Discord here, but I can
Oh, you
put
can
it.
put it in
hold
WhatsApp.
on.
That's also fine.
Hold on. Can
So
I put it
s-
here? No. Hold on.
You can send through WhatsApp or mail.
Hey, shoot! Are you okay?
Yes, it's just the cable for the charger.
Ah,
It's fine.
okay.
Can happen. It's secret.
Okay, hold on. Attach document. Desktop. Oops. Huh? What? Okay. I sent it. Oh shoot! Send it to the wrong person. You shoot.
You can delete it.
Yes.
Okay, I think I got it.
Shoot, did I delete it for you? No. What did I do? Huh, okay. I think now this is okay, right? It's working.
Okay, I'll quickly. So which question will we use? I mean, which?
Scanner said something. Okay. If you come to the page, okay.
Yeah, I opened it.
Insert. Okay. For the
If you can stand on that side of the board, because I on the right side.
okay, no, I'm gonna just. So, when it comes to that, like when you have a bag of candies or balls, those marbles, those kind of stuff, it's pretty easy. Like it says you have 2 reds, 3 greens, and 4 blacks. So in total, how many do I have? It's 2, 3, 5, 9, right? This is the total number of the marbles, 9. So let's say I took 1 red. What is the possibility probability of this happening? 1 divided by 9, right? Because I don't care what is happening. But what if I say, after that I took one of them, then again red happens or something else? Then you need to consider and draw the tree. Like, okay, I took the one red, here I had this one, and then, or maybe I can do it like this. One red, and this. One is gone, it's red. And then next time I have 1/8, right? This time?
Yes.
So this is how it works. Then you draw the tree for yourself and multiply the results. Since we don't have time, I cannot elaborate on everything, but this is how it works basically for a bag of candies, a bag of marbles, those kind of stuff. This is how it works. You draw the tree. But permutation and combination, those are actually the difficult ones, and you need to know.
Where in the handout is that?
Okay, it's, let me put, I'm going to do this, insert page numbers, yes, page number, okay, 8. At almost the end of page 8, you see the combination and permutation is started.
At the end. Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah,
So,
I can see it.
as you see in the example, it said when you have a salad, for example, it doesn't matter if you are making that salad first with apples, oranges, or something like that. If the order doesn't matter, then it is a combination. Which one you are doing first, then it is not important. And the calculation is that the one that I showed for Stein's question, was it Stein or Hayes' question? That the 15 Stein, yeah. That one, then it is a combination. You should take a look at that question. In that question specifically it says that, or somehow it implies that the order doesn't matter. But for permutation, it does. For example, if you have a race, as you can see in the example, you cannot be at the same time the first person and the second person. So this is important. What is happening first and what is happening next. So then it is the probability of what is happening A divided by P of that, oh no, okay, let me do it like this. It's easier for the calculation. N factorial divided by N minus R factorial. This is for permutation. For combination, that order doesn't matter. That one is N factorial divided by R factorial times N minus R factorial. This is the difference between them. This is P, and this one is, oops, this is the combination that you need to do.
So we got permutation and combination.
Yes.
What's the difference? And an order doesn't matter. It's this. An order does matter. It's permutation. And we should really call this permutation log.
So you have those questions, maybe you can work on them, and if you don't understand it, we can work on them again. Do you have a question that you want, like, I don't know if you want to work on a question.
Let's see. Maybe we can just do one more.
Do you have one more? Do you have a question, like specifically
Let's see.
that you want to solve, or?
Maybe we can do one question from. Quickly go back to the file. I think I had the handout that you sent. We can maybe just do one question from
Okay. We haven't solved any question on statistics, so I added some extra formulas that you might need and some small definitions that you can use at least to solve the questions. And I hope that it helps you. On Monday or Tuesday, before the class, actual class that we can solve the question together, face to face, I can create another online class, but that's maximum we can do before the exam. So let me know what you can do, what you need. Okay?
Let's see this quickly.
Okay, I'll find the question.
I can do the open tools. I can open up.
Let's do something from here. And then, okay. The banana question, maybe. Ice cream. No, not the banana, but the ice cream question.
Ice cream question. Okay. I'll quickly open up one up in the.
Ooh, that one is too complicated, I think. Okay. Yeah, I think you don't need that one, but just in case. Hold on. What can we do? This one, attention. Example. Okay.
Number 3 maybe? Mississippi? I don't know.
I want to do something from the handout because that one you have the answer already. So you can check the answer actually.
So the handout, okay, the handouts.
But coming to that example again, like the one that Stein asked us, if you have like this big bag of marbles and you have the 3 greens, red, and okay. How can you calculate this question? If you just need to, let's say, you have this combination of marbles and you want to draw 1 marble. What is the chance? How do you calculate it? If the order doesn't matter, what is it? Combination.
Combination.
Right?
So that means you count how many marbles there are?
It's R divided by, no, N divided by R factorial N minus R factorial. So let's say I want, the first one is red. So how many in total do I have?
That's
7, right?
5.
7, 5, 12,
7.
plus 4, 16, right? This is 7, 5, 12, plus 4, 16.
Yeah.
Okay, so 16 factorial divided by, let's say it's red. How many do I have? 5. Factorial multiplied by 16 minus 5 factorial, which is equal to 16 factorial divided by 5 factorial multiplied by 11 factorial. Like this. So this one is 16 times 15 times 14 times 13 times 12 times 11 factorial divided by 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 11 factorial. This one cancels this one. And now I need to simplify this ones. This and this are 15, so I cancel this one. 4 by 16 is 4, 2 is 7, and then you multiply with the numbers, and that's the answer. This is how you calculate it.
All right.
It's not that difficult, I think. Right?
Yes, just knowing how to.
Exactly. You need to understand the question, what it wants, what it says. I think that's it for today, if you don't have any questions.
Let's quickly see if someone has any questions on YouTube, and if not, then we'll. Yeah, something this would if anyone has any last question. I don't think so. I think there are no questions.
Yeah.
And if there are questions,